Everybody spent a week they've been talking. Now today I'm going to talk. I will talk.
There's
a ceremony that was done in the Tabernacle of Shame in Miami. With the entrepreneur Gregory Toussaint and his enterprise.
Gregory Toussaint, ensemble avec papa Wilner Prudent.
Gregory Toussaint with your father Wilner Prudent. With all of your pastors accompanying you. I will give you an answer.
There
are a lot of pastors, they cannot answer you. A lot of pastors and Protestants, they cannot give you an answer because it's the same body. And there's some of them that are trying to whitewash you. But too bad they don't have water. They're trying to wash you off, but they don't have Clorox, they don't have water. They don't have soap. Let's look at what the text says.
Il dit examiner ce qui est agréable au Seigneur. Examiner, mes amis, mon français.
All the French, tell me what it means.
Analyser.
Examine. Analyzing.
Scruter.
Surveying.
Sonder.
Surveying.
Discerner.
Discern.
Évaluer.
Evaluate.
Juger.
Judging. We didn't say that word yet. It means that even if you love Pastor Amel, even if you go crazy for Pastor Amel, when I'm going to tell you something, if you have the ability, ask God the ability to not swallow it all. Totally. Especially when you're already a leader. All the pastors in the country, all the Protestant federation there are, I will talk here. Examine what I will say. And where I've made a mistake, call me, say I've done a mistake. If it's a mistake, I will repent, I will ask for forgiveness publicly in front of the whole world. Not only to examine what is agreeable to the Lord, not only to not take part, which means don't agree with. Guys, I'm going to start to launch missiles. There are Freemason pastors. If you don't repent, you will all go down to hell upside down. He doesn't say do not take part and close your mouth. But rather condemn them. If the pastor they will talk and what happened Sunday night, if you don't say anything, you're a culprit. Second missile. Every culprit. If you're a culprit, you're a coward. If you don't say anything, you agree. Let me tell you something. You need to talk and say what happened. Is it good according to you? Is it good or isn't it? Don't say I don't know. I will not enter. This is not the church. The church is not like that. Where do you stand? The text says condemn. After examining it, if you examine, you see it's good, approve of it.
Alléluia. Il y a une cérémonie qui fait dans le tabernacle de honte Miami.
There's a ceremony that was done in the Tabernacle of Shame in Miami.
Avec l'entrepreneur.
With the entrepreneur Gregory Toussaint and his enterprise.
Gregory Toussaint, ensemble avec papa Wilner Prudent,
Gregory Toussaint with your father Wilner Prudent, with all of your pastors accompanying, I will give you an answer. There's a first mistake that was done.
40 jours veille de nuit.
40 days.
40 jours de jeûne.
40 days of night prayer, they call it 40 days of fasting.
When in Bible,
you see in the Bible?
Bible connaît jeûne c'est jeûne.
The Bible knows the fasting is fasting. Nuit, night prayers is night prayers.
Depuis ou 30 disposé.
If you change their places,
you
turn the place of the night prayer to the fasting, and you take the place of the fasting to the night prayer. You know what it's called?
Le sens du cabal.
It is the sense of the cabal.
Oui.
Because
dans le cabal,
and the cabal,
yo viré bagay yo à l'envers.
They turn everything upside down.
Si vous sortez toute journée en activité, vous mangez au plein ventre.
It's you spend the day in your activity, you eat your food, and you come in the service at night.
Comment faire les jeunes?
How come it's called the fasting?
Qui ça là? Jeûne avec veille de nuit, deux ça ou pas mariés ensemble.
Fast and night prayers, they don't mix. It's either a fast, it cannot be at night, for it to be a fast. It cannot be in the day, and you call it night prayer. If you're listening to me well, you're a theologian, you're a man of knowledge. You know how to talk. You have a lot of theology on you. Even though your theology has no spirituality, but you have good theology on you. You know how to talk well, to explain well. But there are things you cannot do. Don't do that. And you know what you did. You see in the Freemasonry, this is the former Freemason. When you're under the recipe of the Freemason, even if it's midnight, you can say it's noon. That's what they gave them. Even if it's midnight, you can say it's noon.
Même s'il 10 heures du soir,
even if it's 10 o'clock at night, you can say it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Même s'il rouge ou ka dire noir.
Even though it's red, you can say it's black.
Maintenant, l'opral font cérémonie.
Now, if you're going to do a ceremony,
premier monde pour garder c'est monde qui fait cérémonie.
The first person you need to see is the person that is conducting the ceremony.
Célébrant.
The person that is doing the ceremony.
Célébrant. Cérémonien, c'est lui pour garder.
He's the one that you're supposed to look at. Secondly, look at the source of the ceremony. Who is their patron? Who's the beneficiary? Who's the giver? Who's the donor? And the ceremony,
Pasteur Wilner Prudent,
I see Pastor Wilner Prudent
père spirituel bénéficiaire
as the spiritual father of the beneficiary, which means he's signed.
Jusqu'à présent pour aucun mal.
He's signed the ceremony. Till now, there's no problem.
Bon, Pasteur Wilner Prudent, son pasteur Miami.
Is a pastor from Miami. He's making his money.
He's
working a lot so he can become rich. So he's a man of knowledge. But who doesn't have the orientation of heaven.
Pastor Amel
tells you you don't have the orientation of heaven.
Et si vous avez le contraire, vous allez
And if you have the contrary, you'll call me so we can sit. And I will come back in this pulpit and ask forgiveness to you.
Célébrant officiel là, ou bien officiant officiel là, d'honneur là.
The donor, the one that is celebrating, the officer.
Mais figil.
This is his face.
Mais toi.
This is the boss.
Many.
There is.
Monsieur sont africains ghanéens, pas ça?
Is an African that is from Ghana.
Ghanéen, millionnaire, multimillionnaire.
Millionaire, multi-millionaire. I don't have any problem with that.
Jusque là, nous pas de problème.
Till now, we have no problem.
Pasteur Amel, nous n'a pas voulu multimillionnaire.
Pastor Amel may not want to be multi-millionaire himself, but he doesn't. He cannot block other people to.
Ouais.
Can have problem with people to not have a lot of millions. There are little birds, little frail birds that are talking. There's some little chicken heads. They cannot even fly. They have no wings. That are talking about me.
Qui sont cosmopolites.
That is a cosmopolitan man. Let me tell you.
Qui te condisait grimé m'a parlé de tabernacle de honte en haut.
When I used to talk about the tabernacle of shame up there, there's somebody that's called Jude Daoud. He messed up a lot with my name. He went to the office of the Narrow Gate Mission to tell me he come to find me. What does he want? He comes to tell me how Muscadet almost hated him. And I said, it's none of my business. I wasn't there when the wedding was being done. I cannot be there in the divorce.
Mais à quoi ça me revient? À quoi cela me revient?
It's none of my business.
Il dit qu'on campait sous chair.
He used to stand on the pulpit on the radio and say, Pastor Amel, he's eager. I will repeat that once again. The road that Muscadet used, I knew it before him. I spent 38 years doing the ministry. 38 to 40 years. This road, this pathway, I knew it. The road that Jean-Marie Désir went through, I knew it. I'm the one that decided, that said, Amel, you will not freaking go to that way. Because the place I want to go to, this pathway doesn't bring me there. The pathway of those little birds that are talking, they don't even have feathers. The pathway that Gregory went to, I know it very well. Before Gregory, they came to bring me that pathway. I say it, I decide, I said, I don't want it. And what I'm telling you here, the whole world is listening to me. Tonight, I would say, yes, I agree with this pathway. Tomorrow you'll see my message will change. Tomorrow morning, I will talk to you, you will hear, you will see that my message changed. Say, what's going on, Pastor? I don't understand. I'll say, Abishai, the theology has a turning in it. There's evolution in the matters. There are some things you may not understand if you're not in my place. And I will sing for you. I will sing, it will not be in...
Pour qui ça quantité de monde qui était dans Damas?
Why?
Les Paul rivé bon Dieu choisi.
Even though there were a lot of people in Damas, when Paul needed to be converted, he chose.
À Damas pour le même monde qui doit prier pour Paul.
This is the person I need to pray for Paul.
Pour qui ça même?
Why?
C'est parce que dans les affaires de Dieu,
it's because in the affairs of God, anybody cannot recommend you.
N'importe qui pas recommander dans les affaires de Dieu.
Anybody can recommend you in the matters in the affairs of God. Why, when Cornelius was being converted, Jesus sent him to Peter.
C'est parce que dans les affaires spirituelles,
because in the spiritual matter, not everybody can give you a recommendation. If the Americans, the Americans, they're humans, and they're human system and devils, they don't accept any recommendation, even for God. Let us enter the biblical approach.
Mais ça, nous avons plusieurs théologiens ont dit.
This is what I've heard many theologians are saying about it, biblically speaking.
There
are theologians, they did their approach
qui dit que
that said that
son cérémonie qui fait
it's the ceremony that was made
suivant l'ordre de l'Ancien Testament.
According to the Old Testament order.
Parce que il y a épée de Salomon, il y a étoile de David.
There's a sword of Solomon, there's the stars of David.
Etc.
Etc. All those are things trying to mess up with us. This movement that has been done, let me say it to the church. It has a political aspect in it. It has a social religious aspect in it. It has a mystical aspect in it. First of all, they want to dominate the blacks that there is in the Caribbean, in Haiti. Politically speaking, they chose somebody that has double nationalities. They want to reach the rest of the Christians. If they choose a pure Haitian, the American will not be able to dominate on him. They choose an American that has his origin in Haiti, that knows culture, that is an Haitian, at the same time he's an American. American to defend the right of the Americans, and Haitian to pull down Haitians. You see why political? After he's become a bishop, since it's the archbishop that consecrate him, later on there will be an archbishop that will consecrate him. And when he becomes an archbishop, still in the same line of a Catholic, later on, he's going to be consecrated as a pope, a Protestant pope. And if he becomes a Protestant pope, according to the New World Order, they're preparing Gregory for the New World Order.
Parce que
you know they cannot fall, they cannot come into the country with the Homo like plan, and they cannot go through Pastor Amel. Whether you're American, you're Canadian, you cannot go through me. The person that needs to go through me, he went through me already. His name is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Right now, automatically, there's a level you reach who will have a Protestant pope. They will call it a Christian pope. And all the Protestants will be happy. We have our own pope. And what will happen? It's an agent of the devil. And everything that is in the Bible, they're going to turn it upside down. Just like he's been throwing it upside down for a long time, but you didn't notice.
Gregory
Toussaint, you've been putting the Bible upside down a long time ago. People, they don't see, but me, I see. Anybody that has a spiritual eye, their eyes are open, they see.
And
what I'm saying, I'm ready for in the whole world, so I can confront the Protestant Federation if they have the contrary, to face any pastor that has the contrary. But to let us be covered with this black sheet, it won't go through. It won't go through. It won't go through. According to the documents that is here and the research we've done, it's a charismatic archbishop Catholic that has nothing to do with spirituality. And it is impossible for you to grow into charismatic and for you to not be a magical man. Magician. It is impossible. Because the charismatic, it is founded on secret magic. The miracles, how will you do the miracles? It is based on secret miracles. There's another big biblical mistake that Gregory Toussaint did on his ceremony. The ceremony was religious, but it was not biblical. The ceremony of Gregory was religious, it was political, it was mystical. It was spiritual according to the devil, it's social. But it's not biblical. It is not spiritual according to God, which means it doesn't please God. Let me tell you. Biblically speaking, bishop, an archbishop doesn't need to consecrate a bishop. A pastor. A pastor, only a pastor, according to what I see in the Bible. And in my Bible. In 1 Timothy 3. The text says, in 1 Timothy 3, if somebody aspire and the charge of bishop,
une œuvre excellente.
He desire an excellent deed.
You
know what bishop means? It comes from Greek. Episkopos.
Ou traduit aussi par presbyteros.
You translate in Greek by presbyteros.
Presbyteros a eu plus en affaire avec côté oreiller.
It's more in the local where they are. In Episcopos,
plus attribué à la personne.
To the person itself.
Qui veut dire
which means that it's an elder.
Qui veut dire surveillant.
Means a watcher.
Ancien,
elder,
surveillant.
A watcher.
Paul,
controller.
En prison,
Paul, while he was in prison,
à Rome,
in Rome,
pour l'église Timothée à Éphèse,
for the church of Timothy in Ephesus, there was a ministerial enlargement.
Timothée, il dit, si quelqu'un
Paul wrote to Timothy, if somebody aspire
à la charge d'évêque,
to the charge of bishop, if he desire
une œuvre excellente,
he desire an excellent deed.
Ça veut dire que
what does that mean?
Si
that
on placer
if somebody needs to place himself and the work of God
comme surveillant,
as a controller,
comme gardien,
as a guardian,
il désirait une œuvre excellente.
He desire an excellent deed. What do you call a controller, guardian?
Ou là,
you're going to look where the follower is going. You're going to look for his friend. You're going to look for his development, the word, to say that's not supposed to be. You're going to help them out. You're going to look for the life of the sheep, which means you're administrating with the pastor. She's already pastor. But the people who's not consecrated as pastor yet,
I'm
talking as a hierarchy. You're a bishop. You're a controller. If you ordain as a leader, you're already a bishop. I could say Bishop Marie-Chantal.
Judith Pierre.
Bishop Judith Pierre.
Si nous respectons la terminologie biblique,
if you respect the biblical terms,
ça veut dire que ou là ou surveiller.
Which means you're there, you're going to look after.
Et ça fait.
That's why
Paul te dit Timothée, mais comment choisir évêque là?
This is how you will choose the bishop.
Paul gon seule madame.
He needs to have only one wife.
Paul mari d'une seule femme.
Husband of one wife.
Là, William Duncan, il a deux femmes.
William Duncan has 2 wives.
Paul gen bon témoignage.
He needs to have a good testimony, etc.
Paul modéré.
He needs to be moderate.
Paul réglé dans sa conduite.
He needs to be regulated in his conduct. He needs to be helper.
Paul ba ni a donné. Paul gen bon témoignage de ce
He needs to have good testimony of the outsiders.
Donc, archevêque Duncan ça.
This Archbishop Duncan.
When
I see a sword in his hand. This is how he is dressed once again.
Ready? Ça.
This.
Selon ça, ancien 33e nandim.
According to what the old 30.
Chapeau ça.
This hat.
Qui l'a ou gen l'on 30e.
You have to be a chief.
Oh, ok, son chef ouye. Chef templier pour gagner ça dans tête.
To have this in your head.
Et monsieur dit ça, il gagne 2 mots là-dedans.
He has 2 words that are written inside of the hat. You won't see it, but it's inside of the hat.
Coronus.
Coronus.
Magnus.
Magnus.
Qui signifie grande couronne.
Which means grande couronne, big crown.
Et couronne ça, c'est il représentait dans la franc-maçonnerie.
And this crown represented Freemason.
Charlemagne.
It represents Charlemagne.
Un grand maçon qui était mort dans le système maçon.
A big Freemason that died.
Which means
Charlemagne. It's a garment that represents Charlemagne.
Bon, Bible a dit que mon garçon pas doit gagner dans tête.
The Bible says the man is not supposed to have anything in his head in the temple of God.
Bien,
if you study well,
nous entendez bien nos images.
You hear, you
ça pas
see the image. You see, this has nothing to do with the matters of Jesus Christ.
I
lift my hand up on my Christian faith. This has nothing to do
avec les affaires de Jésus.
With the affairs of Jesus Christ.
Pile cérémonie ça yo.
All those ceremonies.
M'pa konn wè yo du tout. Paul pas prend yo.
Paul didn't take
Pierre
them.
Pas prend
Peter didn't take them.
Jean pas prend yo.
John didn't take them.
Jacques pas prend yo. Jésus pas quitter cérémonie ça.
Jesus didn't leave those ceremonies for us.
Donc ça monsieur ça ajouté n'a pas ajouté.
Those guys you're
adding. Et cérémonie ça sorti dans le monde invisible directement.
And those ceremonies they come from the invisible world directly.
Et monsieur
and guys
Duncan qui c'est William son païen,
he's a pagan,
son sorcier,
he's a sorcerer,
agent direct de monde invisible.
He's a direct agent of the invisible world.
Je prononce.
I'll pronounce.
Je prononce.
I pronounce.
En tant que prophète de Dieu.
As a prophet of God.
Avec tous les apôtres
with
qui
all
sont autour de moi,
all
tous les pasteurs.
Around me, all the pastors.
Rappelez-vous bien, ma foi appel prophétique.
Remember well.
Lorsque Muscadet André était venu avec mouvement
entreprise. When Muscadet André was coming with his enterprise,
tristesse.
I had a sadness in my heart.
Dans la prière.
I went into prayer.
I said, Lord,
where does this darkness come from? I feel that the darkness is opaque. I had waters in my eyes. Too much people are being seduced. Lord, what should I do? I see darkness is coming. And while I was praying,
La voix de Dieu parle avec lui.
The voice of God talked to me and said, Amel,
il dit lorsque ténèbres va avancer sur.
When the darkness is coming towards you,
et pas back pour faire, pas
plein pour plein. Not supposed to back off, not supposed to complain.
C'est lumière pour lui-même.
It's your light, you need to open up.
Et puis avancer sur ténèbres là.
And go towards the darkness. So everybody will see what is in the darkness.
Lumière.
He said, light up your light.
Davantage. Et le Seigneur dit prononcer.
And the Lord said, pronounce.
Sous entreprise ça.
And this enterprise, so it's to break down.
And I called
and a reunion with Pastor Luc L. Joseph. Pastor Luc L. Joseph, wherever you are. I remember I said in front of you and said this movement is a devil movement. Remember I said that. Remind yourself of that.
This time is the
time of the rapture. It's the time of revival.
Alléluia. Et Satan
and Satan saw. He sees how the revival of God, the revival of the last time is coming forward. It's trying to trouble people with darkness. Guys, my eyes are wide open. They're wide open totally.
Celui qui est réveillé,
the one who's in revival,
lui-même.
Is in revival himself.
Soit pour la vie,
either for life, either for death. One.
Wilner Prudent.
Maçon
loge.
Freemason.
Wilner Prudent. Maçon loge.
Freemason.
Et si pas maçon loge,
if you're not a Freemason,
viens prouver noir sur blanc.
Come and prove it black on white.
Et puis moi m'va demander l'humanité pardon.
And then we'll ask the whole world forgiveness.
On cabrit fait cabrit, petit.
A goat make goat.
Mouton fait mouton.
Sheep make sheep.
Petit tigre c'est tigre.
Tiger make tigers.
Chien pas fait poule.
Dog never made chicken. 2.
Puisque.
Because.
Et Gregory Toussaint c'est petit. Prudent.
Gregory Toussaint is the son of William Prudent. It is normal.
Pour Gregory consacré comme maçon loge.
For Gregory
alors
to be
prends l'autre grade visible.
To take part of, he was already
that.
Moi
pasteur Amel Lafleur.
Me pasteur Amel Lafleur.
I will take out this word.
While we take out this word, when Gregory can sit with me and prove me A plus B that he's not a Freemason.
Et Gregory prouvé dans grade 30e.
He proved that he's in the degree, the 30th degree of Freemason, a Templar.
Un maçon loge consacré au maçon loge.
A Freemason consecrate another Freemason.
Monsieur ça donne.
This guy, Duncan, this man,
William Duncan, c'est purement maçon loge sorcier.
He's a pure Freemason sorcerer.
Moi-même, moi prends ça sous foi chrétienne.
I take this on my Christian faith, on what I know.
Maçon loge sorcier.
Freemason sorcerer.
Et dans système protestant mystique là.
In the Protestant system, the mystical, magical system, the people they associate themselves together. They're the same.
Ivan Castano, maçon loge.
Ivan Castano, they're Freemason.
Marcelo, dans la République démocratique du Congo.
In Republic Democratic of
maçon
Congo,
loge.
Freemason.
Mohamed Sanogo,
Mohamed Sanogo, Freemason.
Et sans oublier,
and without forgetting,
Ralph Lukaou.
Lukaou. You could say Lukaou also. You can say Ralph.
Qui t'a consacré
that was consecrated
maçon loge en public.
The Freemason in public.
Monsieur lui-même qui fait consécration en public.
He did his consecration in public. Gave them another eye.
En public.
In public.
Prophète Lukaou. C'est monsieur qui est dans coquin.
And they
fait mon nom entrer dans ses cailles. Et puis fait apparaître.
He made people enter into coffin. They catched him into schemes.
Joie anniversaire monsieur campon côté.
The day of his anniversary, he stood the place so people would drop money in his feet.
Déposer l'argent en pied et puis à beau pied.
And they were kissing his feet.
Ça c'est diable.
The same people.
Dit au mouvement Shalom.
I told them this movement of Shalom. It's a devilish movement. It's going to bring destroy. Go on the net to see where I said that. I said he will destroy because it is dirtying the gospel. A lot of people are being seduced. People will think it's a gospel while it's a sorcerer.
En quelque sorte, pour finir,
to finish,
the tabernacle
of Miami is not a church.
Son cimetière.
It is a cemetery.
Gregory c'est baron.
Gregory is the baron.
Il pas l'église, il pas l'église,
it is not a church. It was never a church. It will never be a church.
Madame Gregory c'est Brigitte, Madame Baron.
Mrs. Gregory is Brigitte, Mrs. Baron.
And
I declare,
en tant que prophète de Dieu,
as a prophet of God, if you believe it,
Dieu soit la gloire.
To God be the glory.
Ou pas
if you don't believe it, to God be the glory.
Moi, je
but me, I pronounce
mouvement mon invisible,
ça this movement of the invisible world, it will be destroyed.
Me lever même devant le Seigneur.
I lift my hand in front of the Lord. This bad movement, it will be destroyed the same way I said Shalom will be destroyed. It will be destroyed, it will be destroyed, it will be destroyed. Everybody will see this movement is a movement of the devil. And the name of Jesus. And whatever 7 songs that are being read here, I declare officially for the 7 songs to go fight inside of the tabernacle of shame.
And I sign
after it in the name of Jesus. Church, keep your eyes wide open. Keep your eyes wide open. The Christian in Miami, keep your eyes wide open. The Christian in the United States, keep your eyes wide open. All the Christians, keep your eyes wide open. Anyway, this is what we conclude. What was done, the Freemasons see clearly. Do you hear it? The Freemason, they see clear. What was done, the voodoo priests, they see clear. The voodoo priestess see clear. The sorcerer Bizango, they see clearly. The Kaplata sorcerer, they see clearly. The Catholic priest, they see clear. What was done, the Illuminati, they see clear. What was done, the simple pagan, they see clear. What was done, the true Christian, they see clear.
Seulement pasteur protestant
the Protestant pastor
avec protestant endurci tête en bas ou pas
ouais. The Protestant upside down, they don't see clearly.
Messieurs,
guys,
tout le monde ça va la clair.
Everybody they see it clearly.
Ne prenez
do not take part
to
the fruitless deeds
infructueuses
of the darkness.
Mais plutôt
condemn them.
Pastor Amel Lafleur,
Pastor Amel Lafleur, with all his family, my wife, my 6 kids.
Même si mourir
even if I die, my dirt will not be poured with all my ministry.
Au nom de Jésus, tout le monde
in the name of Jesus
nous
Christ.
Pas dans saleté ça,
We're not in this filth.
Ça son bagaille là, bon bagaille senti devant Jésus-Christ, devant le trône de la majesté divine. Condamner ça,
I condemn this.
Parce que c'est du diable.
Au nom
de
in the name of Jesus.